Great topic of today is my name got smutted.
Who we gonna address today?
And we gonna direct my first address is to Terrell Stewart, aka Sheepdog. Number one, I had one fight in the penitentiary from a LA 60 nigga named Ocho. And it wasn't even my fight. Never spoke up about my health issues, never had any other fade, none of that. But motherfuckers like slandering motherfuckers. I'm not one of them. My name is flawless in these streets for not telling on anybody. And as you can see, I represent my shit. And I got a charger. See, I get it out the mud. No county checks, no social security checks. I'm not a gay. Ain't nobody slandered me to be gay. It's a lot of shit that I know people say. First of all, one thing for sure and two things for certain. Anybody that know me is I love to bag. Number two, I'm computer illiterate, so I ain't gonna tell on nobody. My name ain't on no paperwork. And for one, nobody gonna hear me tell. See, I don't tell. That's not what I do. I go down and do my time on my own. I done looked out for a lot of people from my neighborhood. And a lot of people looked out for me and my neighborhood. I didn't have it that fucked up in the Gerson. You know what I'm saying? Because my older homies had love for me.
Great.
You get what I'm saying? So I can't speak on other people's situations. I can only speak on mine. I'm not the first Gerson from my family. There's a female named Kool-Aid. My sister was the first Gerson. Okay? That's number one. Everything I learned from the streets came from her first. And then I finessed it. One thing I ain't gonna do, you ain't gonna never see my name on paperwork. Never. And motherfuckers say they name ain't on no paperwork. No, because you on video telling. Straight lace. If I did something, it only needs to be known for what I did and the people that was there. I'm not finna name drop or say who was there. I'm not finna say who the fuck did this, who the fuck did that. But motherfuckers know. It's a few stories that's been out. Terrell Stewart told a story about Jaywak, Saint, Lil Michael, and Jmak. See, he missed one person. That was me. I seen who was in that crowd. And I told Jaywak, don't go. That's a snitch right there. Saint, I'm only saying his name because they already did the time. Told that nigga, if you snitch, we gonna beat your ass. Little Michael, rest in peace, yelled out, oh, I ain't gonna tell. So him and the other four smashed off. And I told my nigga Jaywak, don't go. And they got caught up. Those are facts. And if I'm lying, the person that I'm speaking on and that story that was told, tell them come on there and say I'm lying. My grandmother had a white Lincoln when that shit went down. I done did a lot of shit for my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I left my neighborhood to make money. I was around haters. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to lie. Motherfuckers that's from Vegas know I done hustled from the north, south, east, and west. You get what I'm saying? Straight fact. I'm not a tough guy. I can be whooped. I done had 1,000,001 fights, and I done won about 75% of them. I'm not scared to say I done took some ass whoopings. But one thing's for sure and two things for certain, I ain't no bitch. I sit in that motherfucking joint, and I did my motherfucking time. I didn't tell on no one. Not one soul. I ran around that bitch going crazy, and yes, I was sickly in that motherfucker, but when I was young, I was active. And motherfuckers yell out a bunch of shit, but when my niggas got hit, the ones that I got love for, I was on that line. When my niggas got shot up, I'm not gonna speak on who. You know who you are. Motherfuckers scream they day ones. Every day one that you screamed was your day one when you was laying in that hospital bed, didn't bust that motherfucking gun. You know who did. Those are facts.
Who was shot up?
Who? When my nigga Wack got hit in the head, a couple of my whacks, I don't say names. You know what happened when the 50 niggas did what they did? You get what I'm saying?
That don't know.
Well, for the people that don't know, it was a beef among some whacks and a handful of 50s. Because the 50s is only a handful anyway. You get what I'm saying? And so when my nigga, I seen my real day one, we was like night and day, laid up in that bed. Everybody that he called his day one was on the streets. Didn't none one of them do nothing but the great one right here.
Laid up in the bed.
Yeah. My nigga Chew was laid up. T-Wack, rest in peace. Jaywak. Those the only three that got hit. You know, there was another homie that was in there. I'm not going to speak on that name. You get what I'm saying? That was in that car. But he threw T-Wack over the wall and he carried T-Wack. Now, I wasn't there for that, but I spoke to T-Wack on that rest in peace before he passed. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit I didn't did, but I'm not going to tell on myself, and I'm not going to give my homies no indictments. Anything I did, and I got away with whatever I got away with when I did it. That's for me and whoever to know that was there that did that shit with me. But one thing for sure and two things for certain, you can say what you want to say about me, but can't nobody smudge my name and say I'm a motherfucking snitch. And it's a lot of these fake ass ops that should have been knocked down, but people were saving them. You know, I was on these streets. I wasn't locked up. Didn't nobody tell me no stories. I did this. I lived it. I witnessed it. I was there when everybody screaming gangster, gangster, but when shit get real, motherfuckers start go telling. Truthfully, they got a GoFundMe. I'm going to go tell. You get what I'm saying? I don't do that. I don't do that. For real. You know, and I ain't never scared to bag on anybody. Let's get that straight. So why the fuck would I go on Facebook and tell a report? I don't even know how to do that. I barely know how to fucking work Facebook.
What happened on that?
Well, you know, Terrell Stewart, you know, the motherfucker that look like, what was the word I called that motherfucker? What? Yeah, I remember something. That was old school nigga, Forrest Whitaker. You know, that motherfucker look just like Forrest Whitaker. You know, yeah, I said it. Like I said, nigga, I bag all motherfucking day. Nigga, what the fuck I need to go report on you? I'm known in the Gerson for bagging on motherfuckers. So what the fuck I'm gonna go report?
Oh, so he said you
slandered my name and then said I got into a million motherfuckers. Yeah, and then gonna say I got into a million fights over there. Nigga, negative. Nigga, I got into one fight. I didn't kick it with other neighborhoods. I kicked it with niggas that didn't gangbang, or I came to my niggas that I knew that I grew up with in the Gerson and fucked with. When I sit in that bitch, I had some good moments and I had some bad moments, but I never begged the motherfucker for nothing in there, not a honey bun, nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's a guy from Diana Street Villain named Evil. That's one of my close day ones that we so talk. Brother, they'll tell you, I didn't run from nobody. I'm 98 pounds talking shit because of my illness. But I ain't never bagged down from anybody. And anybody that know me, no, I ain't never bagged down from nobody. I don't like fighting homies. When a lot of homies press me up on a certain homie snitching, and that certain homie, you know, I still say that's my family. Ever since I came to that bitch, you know what I'm saying? I've been banging Gerson Park first. Then I throw up Wack. You know what I'm saying? I had great homies. Nigga, my motherfucking role models is pimps, hoes, hustlers, and gangbangers. I can give a fuck about an NBA player. I can give a fuck about a movie star. My movie stars come from the hood, real ones that I watched grow and watch me grow. You dig what I'm telling you? See, either I'm going to be good or I'm going to be good at it. That's on a whole nother level. I ain't never portrayed to be no tough guy, but Mr. Stewart, didn't nobody have to tell me no stories, because while you was incarcerated for damn near over 20 years, I was on these streets living these stories that you telling.
Facts.
And for a motherfucker to try to slander me and say I ain't Jaywak, I put this on my soul. I was the first Jaywak, number one. And I didn't sit in no motherfucking car just as a groupie to get a name. If I bust my thing, I busted. Can't nobody say I didn't bust it. And I busted for a lot of motherfuckers that turned their back on me. But that's a whole nother story. You get what I'm saying? I got ways that people don't like. I can respect that. They got ways I don't like. But can't damn motherfucker say I left them in a gunfight or a hood fight or any kind of motherfucking fight. I'm the one that always get left. I speak facts. I fuck with everybody from the Gerson. Everybody, whether you a Wicked, Love, Mac, Lope, Dog, Shot, K9. I don't put down my homies. There's a lot of motherfuckers that I don't believe is Gersons, but I can't take their stripes from them. I have not walked their shoes. I'm not going to put down a Gerson. I don't give a fuck where he came from. If the motherfucker came from California and came to the Gerson, if he came from bumfuck Egypt and came to the Gerson, he represents 369. I respect that. I don't know nothing else. Listen, for one thing, I'm cool with a lot of motherfuckers that ain't from my neighborhood. But I'm from Gerson. I'm going to give...
What you want to say to Stewart?
Terrell Stewart, you full of shit, homie. You know motherfucking well I ain't never ran on nobody, and I ain't never told no unsolved mysteries. And ain't nobody ever called me 100 bitches and told me to come into the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? I speak the real. Don't do me, bro. I love the fuck out of you. I ain't gonna shit on you. You know what I'm saying? But you know I know you. And a lot of other homies know you, homie. Don't do me. I don't give a fuck. Don't do me. Period. You know, because you know like I know, before you left, it was an NTG nigga told you let's go to the bathroom. Now those are facts. If Zone was on the streets, he'll speak on that.
What happened with the bathroom was about?
Shit, the nigga got into it with Sheep. I'm not saying Sheep was scared of the nigga. I'm not saying he not. But he called the homie a bunch of bitches. Told the homie, let's go in the bathroom. And the homie turned that down. Those are facts. And if Zone was here, because he do call my phone, Zone will tell you that too. No, I'm not saying you was scared of him, homie. But don't put me out there like I fought a bunch of niggas and turned down the fate. I only had one motherfucking fight, and it wasn't even mine.
There y'all have it, folks. Stay tuned for part 2.
For sure. Hold on, but before we go, you know like I know, homie. I only fought one motherfucker, and I ain't had no problems with nobody in no motherfucking Indian Springs joint, nigga. And my name isn't Petrol, homie. I ain't never told on a nigga in my life. Those are facts.